everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going through my summer beauty essentials. A little bit of admin before we start because so many people ask me about my eye makeup when I do it like this, which is a very simple, subtle, smoky-ish eye. And so I made a little video on it, which is 3 minutes long. It's very, very quick and easy. You need 2 products. And it's a really good little video, but I don't think it went into a lot of sub boxes because it had just weirdly low views from the very start. So if you haven't seen it, I'm going to link to it below. I'm going to link to it at the end of the video and go and have a look because so many people ask me what I've done and it's so quick. Anybody can do it. It's really easy. And the crayon that I use is like £3 or £4 and you just need crayon and a brush. And I do a little step by step. So go and watch that if you haven't watched it already. But back to beauty essentials, and you might be quite surprised, this isn't a video all about sunscreens. Sunscreen is the ultimate beauty essential for summer, I would say. Would you say? Whether you're quick to tan, easy to burn, on the beach all day, or just sort of outside drinking rosé on your work break at lunchtime in the sun, which is what everyone does in their work break, isn't it, in the summer? If you're outside, whether it's sunny or cloudy, for any significant length of time, if you're just like popping to the train, popping back, and you're hardly in the sun, then, you know, you just need enough for incidental sun exposure. But if you're going to be properly outdoors, then you need to be making sure that you've got your sunscreen on. I am going to mention a sunscreen in this video, but that's it. If you want to browse all of my sunscreen recommendations, then I shall put a link in the description box below to my posts to the category on my website, and you can have a look at that because there's loads and loads of information. But I just didn't want to make this a sunscreen video. So the first one is a sunscreen, but it's a sunscreen with a difference. I mentioned this in a vlog a couple of weeks ago. It's the La Roche-Posay Anthelios Mist. And it's absolutely brilliant if you need to top up your sunscreen throughout the day, but you don't want to take off all your makeup and have to start again. Or you just want to do something really quick and easy. The only thing that I'd say about this, because it is brilliant, it's invisible, it doesn't leave any shine on the skin, it doesn't disturb your makeup, you don't need to rub it in. The only thing that I'd say is it says that it's SPF 50, but I don't think in the way that you would apply it, you would ever get an SPF 50 from a mist. If you're going to be using this and you're going to be in sort of good summer weather, then you need a base of your fluid or cream, like a proper gutsy SPF on the base, and then this is your top up. So I just think it's brilliant though. These mists are amazing. They've really answered a beauty problem that I think lots of people had, which was that they wanted to be safe and reapply their sunscreen, but they didn't want to have to take their makeup off. They didn't want to disturb their makeup. So it's really good. I'll put the links to all the products below. The second thing I want to talk about sort of follows on from the sunscreen issue, and that's cleansing. Now, if you're wearing the sunscreen, you need to be cleansing really well at the end of the day. The thing about sunscreens, and especially dedicated ones, is that they're designed not to come off easily. And lots of them are actually water resistant. So if at the end of the day you're just trying to wash your skin with a bit of water, it's not going to come off. You're not going to clean your skin properly. Wipes are not going to do it. Even like the micellar cleansers, like the makeup cleansers, really, I don't think they're going to get them off properly. You need to be using a balm or an oil or a cream that really breaks it down, and then use a washcloth or a flannel to take that off. And probably repeat that maybe even 3 times, depending on how much you've got on, where you've been, and if you've got makeup on as well. So good cleansing. Lots of people say, sunscreen really breaks me out, I can't wear it, it's a nightmare on my skin, I get spots. I think that's true for some people, but I think that a lot of people don't cleanse it off properly. And if you don't cleanse it off properly, yeah, it's going to clog your skin. So make sure you're cleansing in a very thorough way. I'm showing you this one as an example of the cleanser because I know that Caroline would totally agree with what I'm saying, or I hope she would, that sunscreens in particular in the summer are going to cause problems if you're not taking them off properly. But also this is a double cleanse, so it's driving home my point that you need to be cleansing properly. And this is a really good one. It's the one that Caroline Hirons has done for Pixie, and it's got a cleansing balm, or solid oil as she calls it, and it's got a cream on the other side. So balm, which is nearly gone, and cream, which I'm finding I don't need quite so much of. Probably because, I don't know, I keep forgetting that the second half's there and I'm using balm, balm, balm. Then I'm like, oh, I use the cream. So that's a really, really lovely one. But loads and loads of creams and balms and oils out there on the market for all budgets. So just make sure, again, I'll put a link to my cleansing category on my website and you can browse all of my recommendations. Morning, Mr. Magpie, because there are loads and loads of all budgets. So take a look at that if you're stuck for ideas. The next thing on my essentials list isn't an essential in the way that the first two things are. Your face isn't going to fall off if you don't use it, but I love these in the summer months. Face mist. This is my all-time ultimate guilty pleasure? I don't know, beauty indulgence, and this is the Queen of Hungary mist from Amora-Vixa. I've used this for years. I've been through bottles and bottles, and it just smells amazing, feels amazing on the skin, doesn't dry it out, and it is just the height of luxury. It's just beautiful. The smell of this, you could use it as a perfume. You wouldn't, because it's not that perfumed, but I quite often spray it around my person if I'm somewhere really hot and disgusting and smelly, which is most places in London, isn't it, in the summer? So that's beautiful. If that is way out of your zone in terms of budget, then I'm still really liking this one. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs and rosewater. And that's very fresh feeling on the skin. Again, smells beautiful, just not quite in the same league as the Queen of Hungary mist. Next thing, again, a little bit freshening for the face. I get really dry and tired eyes in the summer, very itchy and a bit sore. And it's worse since I'm up through the night with the new baby. This is the Eye Bright, this is from Liz Earle, and it's a soothing eye lotion. You can use it as a mask if you put it on cotton wool rounds and press them over your eyes, or you can use it as a sort of swipe over when you've used eye makeup remover. Do you ever get like a greasy residue from your eye makeup remover and it's just gross? Well, this is like the toner equivalent, but for your eyes. So just swipe it over, get rid of any residue, and it's just really soothing and great on sensitive eyes. Next thing, and I know that I've talked about this a lot, but these just work really well for me, the Hylamide Glow Radiance Booster drops that you can add to a serum, add to moisturiser, or apply neat, and they just give you a really gradual tan. I'll link to my review because I know some of you are going to be like, oh my god, not these again, but they give a really subtle glow. And so they're great if you don't like to do a full-on fake tan on your face because you're either worried about it or don't like the look. Just a really nice way of building up a little bit of colour. If you don't like the idea of that one, then I've had really good results with this. This is the Overnight Bronze and Glow Mask. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. I got a really natural, goldeny type of colour. So if you're looking for a very foolproof gradual tan for your face, that's great, and it's very hydrating as well. Oh, I have been covering myself top to toe in this. I don't know whether that's good for you or not. Can't imagine it's bad for you because the ingredients are really nice in this. It's the Mamma Mio Lucky Legs, and I used this when I was pregnant with Angelica. I used it when I was pregnant with Ted, and now I'm using it just to make my body cool in the sun. Well, not in the sun, but you know, after you've been in the sun, because it has a really profound cooling effect on your skin. It really works. I thought the other day, why don't I apply it all over and lie naked in front of the fan? And that's what I did. Sorry about the mental image there. That's why I stuttered, because I thought, should I really say that? It smells very minty and very fresh, but it worked. It was like my body had turned into an ice cube. So cooling, depuffing, refreshing. Great if you're pregnant or if you've just had a baby and you've got really swollen legs and ankles. Next thing, staying on the legs. This is brilliant, and I know I've also banged on about this loads. Sometimes I think, is it good to be just telling you about the same things over and over again over the years? But if they're that brilliant, I think they're worth talking about. And sometimes I think, oh, maybe I should talk about something new, an alternative. But you know what, if it's the best of its category, then I'm not going to talk about something that's not as good just to make things more interesting. And I haven't found anything as good as this. The NARS body tint thing is very, very good indeed. It's a close second, but I think this one is slightly more, it's not concealing. It doesn't really have any concealer or foundation in it. It gives a tint to the skin and it blurs. So it almost sort of reflects away from veins and things like that. But if you've got very dark clusters of veins, which I have on parts of my leg, it doesn't cover them, it doesn't conceal them, but it takes the edge off. This is the Vita Liberata Body Blur. I'll get to the actual product title. Instant HD skin finish, 24-hour wear. It doesn't transfer and it does stay on. And if you were in sort of light drizzly rain, it wouldn't come off. You sort of need soap and water. So you don't have to worry about that. Very, very good indeed. I use the shade Latte in this. A bronzer is another essential for me. I've just actually stuck bronzer onto my list because I am using this, which is, actually I'm not using this one. This is Tropical Nights. I'm using the day one, but it's the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Bronzing Veil. Can you see how golden that is? It's part bronzer and lots shimmer, but like a veil of shimmer, not a glittery shimmer, and it just lifts your skin unbelievably. The one that I have on, this is cool toned, this one, so it's got silvery shimmer. The one that I've got on's got a golden shimmer. I don't know which I like best. This one's supposed to be for night, the other one for day. I think the day suits my colouring a little bit better, but it just gives the most amazing glow to skin. You don't need any highlighter, and it's a lot more natural if you want a highlight than doing that highlighter and then bronzer. It just gives this all over lift. So amazing. This is my summer perfume, Bronze Goddess. Can't go wrong with this, just smells amazing. I mean, I wear other things as well, but if you want that lovely coconutty smell, tropical, oh, then you can't go wrong with Bronze Goddess, can you? It must be one of the best-selling summer perfumes of all time. I don't know whether it is, but I mean, I know so many people that wear it and love it. If, again, that is slightly out of your budgetary league, may I recommend my very own collab dry shampoo in the scent Paradise, which has a similar, let's not get sued, sort of coconutty, tropical, lovely, summery, heady scent. I was going to mention dry shampoo anyway. I'm a founder of this brand, which is why I made that clear, because I don't want you thinking I'm like, hey, buy this, and then you're like, hold on a second, that's her product. It is, but it's very, very good. It's an invisible dry shampoo, no horrible chalky residue in the roots, but you get the same grease absorption. I find that in the summer, my hair is just lank and lifeless within about 10 minutes of washing it, especially if I'm a bit sort of sweaty and the air is humid. In the roots, bit of a massage, and just get a bit of a lift. Hair doesn't lie quite so flat against my head, and it feels a bit fresh. I hate it when, don't you hate it when your shirt closes like that? Anyway, that smells very tropically exotic and gorgeous. So that was included for double reasons there, smell and function, I suppose you would call it. Hope that you enjoyed that. I'm going to come back to you with my summer skincare routine and my favourite summer makeup look of the moment, which has got pink lips, lots of bronzer. I'm very into pink. So those will be coming up, but make sure you go and check out my eye video that I did, because I was very excited about that video because I thought this is bloody useful, actually. And it's a bit disappointing on the views front, so please go and give that some love, and I shall see you next time.